Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Sarah Uncut, where we are going to be talking about a really important skill, the skill of sales. And you might go, oh God, gross. Maybe you had a gut reaction to that, like, ew, sales are disgusting. Or maybe you had an internal eye roll where you're like, yeah, I know sales are important. I just hate them. Ooh, I feel ya. All right, so we are gonna get into whether or not it's too late for you to learn how to sell. Let's get to it. All right, so here you are, running a business, hooray! And you may have had the thought that occurred to me just the other day. I had this crazy busy day. We had tons of clients. We had a lot going on with the team. I had personal stuff blowing up inside my family. It was just one of those days. You know, we've all had them. Anyway, I'm sitting there as the day's closing out and I went, oh my gosh, I didn't sell anything today. Have you ever had that thought? I bet you have, right? It's this really weird feeling of well, wait a minute. How is this going to keep going if we don't sell every day? And you might have had that thought and then pushed it away and be like, no, I'm too busy to think about that. Or you might have had the other thought, oh, no, it's just too late for me. I can't learn how to do it. I'm going to hire somebody and they can do all the sales for me. All very tempting thoughts. I know. Do you know why they're tempting? Because they release responsibility from you in learning how to sell. And that's really tempting, right? Because let's be honest. Nobody comes out of the womb going, sales are for me. I'm going to sell to me. That's just not what we do, right? We don't come out. This is not a natural thing for most people to be like, hey, you want to buy this thing? And I get that. And I think we all get that. So what we really want to do here is focus in on whether or not it's too late for you to learn how to sell. Obviously, if you know me, I'm going to tell you nothing's impossible. Of course, it's not too late for you to learn how to sell, but here's how we're going to get to it for you right now. I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper right this second. Yes, I know I'm not kidding. And please do this with a pen and paper, not on your phone or your weapon of mass distraction, as I love to call it, right? Take a hot second. Don't you think your business deserves this? I think it does. I want you to write down everything that you've already learned how to do. I'm not kidding. You can go nuts and sit here for 20 minutes and write down everything. I don't care. That's up to you. But I would bet there's things that you've learned that have blown your mind, right? Maybe you decided you want to learn Mandarin or Italian, or you wanted to learn how to knit, or you wanted to learn how to cook a specific recipe. Did you figure it out? I bet you did. And for most of us, when it comes to sales, it's not really that we think it's too late to learn. It's that we don't want to. Oh my gosh, did you feel the truth of that? I don't want to, because I'm going to be salesy and I don't want to be one of those people. Oh my gosh, I totally feel you. But what if it didn't have to be like that? What if you didn't have to sell like the bros? What if you didn't have to lie to people or trick them or write an entire sales page about pain points, right? That's awful. Who the heck wants to do that? I totally feel you. And by the way, if that is you, I want you to click the link below to the Sales Mastermind where I'm going to teach you how to do all that without all the bro stuff because it's gross. But I would bet if you have this conversation that it's too late for you, it's actually that you don't want to. And I understand that. I really do. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine two paths. I want you to imagine a path for yourself where you actually learn this skill. Right? Where you really sit down and you go, you know what? I'm never going to be salesy and I'm never going to do bro tactics, but I am going to make a dang good living and I'm going to have this gorgeous business that really helps people. Can you picture that? You decide to go down that path and you start making more money, right? You start tripling what you're doing right now. You start surprising other humans in your house with the mortgage payment. You start surprising people with vacations. Maybe you're able to provide healthcare for your staff. Maybe you're able to hire more people so that everybody's burden is lightened. Do you see that future? And maybe for you, it's being able to take 3 months off every year. I don't know. Everybody's got a different thing, right? We all have these different reasons we want to just enjoy our lives and really have the freedom to do what we want to do in our lives, right? That is what's possible when you learn how to sell. And then on the other side is you're like, no, I don't want to. I got it. I don't want to. I don't want to eat healthy, right? Heart attack. I don't want to say, I'm sorry, no relationships, right? You could see this, but there's a lot of things we don't want to do as humans. But what we're doing when we give into that, when we give into the don't wannas, which I happen to call a temper tantrum, I know we all have them. I don't want to do stuff too. We all have those moments, right? But if you're in that moment of I don't wanna, what you're giving into is the lowest version of you. Is that crazy? I know, and that's not who you are, by the way. That's your ego. That's all those things coming and telling you, don't start small. Don't let anybody know that you only have 15 followers, all that kind of stuff that can come up. That's why you don't want to learn how to sell. You're scared you're going to be embarrassed. You're scared you're going to be seen starting small. You're scared you're going to say the wrong thing, or worse, you're scared you're going to put the offer out there and no one is going to say yes. These are all real fears. I just want you to know you can break through that. It's all doable. I promise. It really is. But you have to be able to work past this idea that I don't want it, because I want you to see the future that's available there. You're probably going to continue to struggle, right? You're going to continue to skirt around certain things in the business because you don't want to learn how to do them. And boy, I get it. I really do. When I started out, I was like, I will never sell. I'll just be nice, right? It's like, I totally got it. The first time I shot a video, the video editor was like, I'm not putting this out there. You're not spending money to drive people to this video. It's terrible, right? Because they didn't want to be salesy. I totally got it. You got it. We understand. But that's not the future you signed up for. It's never too late. So I want you to look at that list that you just wrote of all the things you've ever learned ever. Do you trust yourself to learn how to sell without being a bro? Do you trust yourself to learn how to sell with heart and joy and happiness? Do you trust yourself to do that? Do you trust yourself to actually build the business you said you wanted when you started this whole thing in the first place? Do you trust yourself to learn this skill and apply it in a way that works for you? I bet you do. I bet you do. If you really sit down and go, hey, look at all the stuff I've been able to do. And I do it the way I want to do it. I do it in a way that feels good to me. Like, think of recipes. You might be like, I don't like cumin or whatever. You take it out and the recipe still works, right? Yeah, that's the way sales can be as well. I want you to know, I believe in you. If you are on this video right now, it's because, one, you needed to hear what I just said. And two, it's because you're ready. You're ready to take the next step. You're ready to learn how to sell in a way that works for you. And I want to encourage you to do that. Whether you sign up with me or with someone else, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you, especially as women in today's society, we must get more money in the hands of more women. We just must. Look at the world. We need you to learn how to sell. And I am going to assert you are not watching this video by accident. You are watching this video because it's what you needed right now. So like I was saying, whether you work with me or you work with someone else, I want you to learn this skill. If I resonate with you, if you're like, holy crap, Sarah Walton's my girl, she's a little kooky, she's a little crazy, but I can tell she's a real person, then right underneath this video, I want you to click on the Sales Mastermind to learn more. I only run this program once a year. Right? So you might click on the link and you might be able to sign up for the wait list. That's awesome. Go ahead and do that because you'll be the first one to know the next time I open it up. And if you happen to be lucky enough to click on that link while we're in an open enrollment, you are going to get the opportunity to apply. I mean, oh my gosh, how lucky are you? So awesome. Listen, here's the deal. Anytime you are worried you can't learn something new, or especially you can't learn something new that you need in order to grow your business to have the life that you really have decided you want, right? To really go after the things that matter most to you. Anytime you're worried that you can't do that, I want you to refer back to the list that we've created together in this video. And just remember, you can learn how to do anything. And I'll be here constantly to remind you that I believe in you. All right, I'll catch you in the next episode of Sarah Uncut.